Urgent Astro Alert. Mercury Trine Pluto hits tomorrow, May 27th. A rare and powerful cosmic alignment is unfolding, and its effects are already building. When Mercury, planet of communication, aligns in a harmonious trine with Pluto, Lord of transformation and truth, the universe hands you a megaphone and a magnifying glass. This isn't your average transit. This is deep, intense, inevitable. It will push you to speak the truth, see through lies, and reclaim your power, whether you're ready or not. In this urgent message, we'll uncover 7 critical truths you must understand before May 27th to align with this energy instead of being overwhelmed by it. If you're feeling restless, obsessive, or like something big is about to break, you're not imagining it. Truth bombs incoming. How Mercury Trine Pluto will uncover hidden agendas in your life. On May 27th, the cosmos delivers a high-voltage dose of mental clarity and psychological power as Mercury trines Pluto. And this is no soft whisper from the universe. It's a sharp, unavoidable spotlight on what's been hidden, suppressed, or manipulated behind the scenes. This planetary alignment pierces through surface-level distractions and exposes core truths. In your relationships, your work, your mindset, and even your own self-talk. Expect revealed secrets. Things people thought they'd buried deep may come spilling out in casual conversation. Watch for slips, confessions, or documents that surface accidentally. Nothing is random during this transit. Sharper intuition. Mercury gives you the language. Pluto gives you the X-ray vision. You may suddenly just know when someone isn't being honest and feel compelled to dig deeper. Power plays exposed. Manipulation tactics, guilt-tripping, control dynamics, all of it becomes crystal clear. This is your chance to reclaim your mental space and speak from a place of power, not fear. Confrontational clarity. This transit supports transformational conversations, not empty small talk. If you've been avoiding the talk, this is the moment to face it head-on, with piercing insight and fearless honesty. Pluto doesn't just expose, it transforms. This isn't about creating drama. It's about freeing yourself from the unspoken rules and invisible chains that have been holding you back. Key takeaway: the truth might shake you, but it will also liberate you. Don't run from the revelations Mercury Trine Pluto brings. Use them. This is cosmic support for mental rebirth and powerful, honest expression. Mental power surge. Use Mercury Trine Pluto to speak your truth with impact. As Mercury trines Pluto on May 27th, a profound energetic current begins to move through the collective psyche. This is no ordinary alignment. It's a merging of intellect and intensity, of communication and transformation. A rare portal where words don't just inform, they transform. Mercury rules the mind, speech, and information. Pluto governs power, the subconscious, and all that is buried beneath the surface. When they align in harmony, we are granted access to a kind of mental alchemy, where thoughts gain weight, language becomes a force of nature, and conversations turn into catalysts. This transit is not subtle. It demands that you drop pretense, abandon small talk, and speak from the deepest, most uncompromising part of yourself. That might feel uncomfortable, and it should. Growth doesn't happen in the safety of silence. This is your chance to step into your authority. Mercury Trine Pluto gives you the clarity to speak with precision and conviction. You will feel what is true in your bones. This is the time to assert ideas that matter, especially those you've been too afraid to express. Not to overpower, but to own your truth without apology. Communicate with impact. Words spoken during this time can cut through confusion like a blade. What you say now has the potential to influence minds, shift dynamics, and awaken something dormant in others. Whether you're addressing one person or an audience of thousands, this energy sharpens your message into something unforgettable. Confront the unspoken. What have you been holding back? What conversations have you postponed because they felt too raw, too heavy, too volatile? Mercury Trine Pluto doesn't just support these conversations, it insists on them. Secrets, repressed feelings, and uncomfortable truths are rising to the surface for a reason. This is a powerful opportunity to release the weight of what's been unsaid. Transform your inner dialogue. It's not only external conversations that matter now. Pay attention to how you speak to yourself. The stories you tell, the beliefs you reinforce, the mental loops you play on repeat. Pluto wants you to examine them all. This is a time to rewrite your inner script so that it empowers you instead of diminishes you. Discern truth from manipulation. Pluto doesn't tolerate illusions. You may notice power dynamics more acutely than usual in relationships, conversations, institutions, or even your own thoughts. Be honest about where you've given your voice away, where you've edited yourself for acceptance, or where others may be using words to control or mislead. This alignment can be intense. It may stir discomfort, but that discomfort is the price of clarity. The universe is asking, are you willing to stop hiding behind niceties, filters, and fear, and speak what's real? Because when you do, everything changes. This is your invitation to be bold, direct, and deeply authentic. To speak, not to please, but to awaken, to liberate, and to lead. If you've been waiting for the right moment to speak from your soul, this is it. Karmic conversations. The people you must confront. Before May 27th, when Mercury trines Pluto on May 27th, the cosmos opens a gateway for communication that is anything but surface level. This is a period of psychic clarity, soul-level insight, and necessary confrontation. The kind of energy that demands truth, not for drama, but for closure, healing, and power reclamation. This isn't just a talk it out moment. This is karmic cleanup. It's about facing the conversations you've delayed, the truths you've buried, and the people whose energy still lingers in your space, whether they're physically present or not. Who do you need to confront? Not just externally, but internally. Because this transit isn't only about what you say. It's about what you're finally willing to feel and release. The one who betrayed you and still lives in your head. You may have forgiven them, or maybe you haven't. Either way, the wound still whispers. Whether or not you speak to them directly, this is your moment to speak the truth to yourself. Acknowledge the depth of the pain, see it clearly, name it, and let that honesty be your freedom. You don't heal by pretending it didn't matter. You heal by allowing yourself to matter enough to face it, the one you've outgrown, but still tiptoe around some connections linger out of habit, guilt, or fear. This transit asks, why are you keeping people in your life who no longer align with your growth? This is your permission to have the hard talk, to state the boundary, to stop shrinking for the sake of comfort. Endings aren't failures. Sometimes they're the bravest kind of love, the one who needs to hear your truth, unfiltered. Whether it's a partner, a parent, a friend, or even a boss. If you've been censoring yourself to keep the peace, that peace is now a prison. Pluto brings the courage to break through silence with truth, to say what needs to be said, not for control, but for clarity. Stop rehearsing it in your head. Say it. The you from the past, still clinging to old stories. Sometimes the most powerful conversation is the one you have with yourself. There's a former version of you, the one who accepted less, who stayed silent, who didn't know better, and you've outgrown them. This is your moment to thank that version, release them, and choose to speak and live as the version of you who knows now. Why now? Because Mercury trine Pluto won't let you look away. It demands emotional courage. It supports liberation through language. It gives you the words you couldn't find before, and the strength to say them with full authority. Avoiding these conversations doesn't spare you pain. It prolongs it. The silence becomes toxic. The resentment festers. The power you gave away grows heavier. But when you face it, when you name it, when you speak it, everything begins to move again. This is not about winning. It's about releasing. This is not about confrontation for ego's sake. It's about evolution. There is someone you need to speak to. There is something you need to say. There is a truth you've been carrying in your body for too long. Let May 27th be your turning point. Say it. Face it. Free yourself. Decode the signs. 7. Synchronicities. You'll see as Mercury trines Pluto. As Mercury trines Pluto on May 27th, the veil between the conscious and subconscious world thins. Communication, Mercury, is no longer just about speaking. It's about receiving. Subtle signs, recurring symbols, messages from your intuition, your ancestors, your higher self. This is a time when the universe whispers louder. If you're paying attention, you'll notice it. Not coincidence, but synchronicity, patterns, symbols, omens, nudges. Pluto rules the unseen, the transformative, the magnetic pull of destiny. When paired with Mercury's analytical and communicative nature, the result is a period where the hidden becomes visible, often through mystical means. Here are 7 synchronicities you may experience as Mercury trines Pluto and what they could be trying to tell you. Recurring numbers, especially 11 to 11, 222, 444, or 911. Numbers are one of the most common ways your guides and subconscious mind communicate. 1111, alignment. A truth is about to be revealed. 222, balance is needed. Stop second guessing. 444, you are protected. Dig deeper, not wider. 911, an awakening is underway. Act now. These aren't just clocks or license plates. They're wake-up calls. Sudden dreams about people you haven't thought about in years. If someone shows up in a dream, especially someone from your past or someone you have unresolved energy with, pay attention. Pluto stirs unfinished karmic contracts. That person may represent a pattern, a lesson, or an unspoken truth that is ready to be faced. Don't brush it off. Ask, why them now? Hearing the same phrase or song in multiple places, it might come through a stranger's conversation, then again in a podcast, and again in a song. Repetition is no accident during Mercury-Pluto alignments. Ask yourself, what is the message behind the words? What part of me needs to hear this? Listen between the lines. Sudden urge to contact someone, or they contact you first. That nudge to reach out, not random. Mercury trine Pluto is famous for telepathic-style connections, especially with people you've had deep soul ties with. If someone reappears now, ask, is this for healing, for closure, or for transformation? This transit doesn't bring people back without reason. Objects breaking, getting lost, or showing up unexpectedly. When things shift in your energy field, physical reality reflects it. If something breaks, disappears, or returns unexpectedly, it may symbolize a release or rebirth. The universe is clearing space or drawing your attention to something you've overlooked. Ask, what was attached to this object emotionally or energetically? Unexpected confessions or slips of the tongue, yours or theirs. Mercury rules communication. Pluto rules truth and power. Put them together, and people start saying things they didn't mean to reveal, or didn't know they needed to. This includes you. Watch what comes out when you weren't trying to say anything profound. The soul often speaks when the ego isn't guarding the door. Seeing symbols of death, rebirth, or snakes, scorpions, phoenixes. These symbols carry Pluto's transformational energy. You may see them in media, art, nature, or dreams. They signify the cycle of death and rebirth. Not physical death, but the shedding of old identities and illusions. If you're seeing these signs, something within you is evolving, and quickly. What to do with these synchronicities? Don't ignore them. Write them down. Reflect. Investigate. Pluto doesn't give surface-level clues. It gives you keys to the underground chambers of your soul. Mercury trine. Pluto wants you to understand your own patterns, power, and path with radical clarity. If something keeps repeating, if a strange feeling won't go away, if the universe seems to be talking directly to you, it is. You are not imagining it. You are remembering. You are awakening. You are receiving a message that was meant only for you. Trust it. Follow it. Let it lead you deeper.